Alright, I'm doing this VOD for one on Reddit, Hardstuck Bronze, I think his name was. He's RP awesome in this game. So, you posted on Reddit and you said a lot of things. You said, you've been on the subreddit a lot. You said you've been, looking for coaching. You've been grinding Kovacs. You've been here for 8 seasons. All that good stuff, right? So, let me preface this by saying that just forget everything that you've heard before, because all those players were that were on the subreddit were like plat and silver. Okay, they don't know what they're talking about. I got almost 4K. I was 3.9. I think 2 or 3 seasons ago. I've been coaching for a very long time. I've coached people from bronze to diamond. I've coached people from silver to plat. Plat to masters, all that good stuff, right? So I just need you to listen to me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly what needs to happen, exactly how to, be better. I'm gonna try to explain a lot of things here. I'm glad that you've looked at, all the Overwatch content and stuff that are put out by other streamers and stuff, but I'm gonna look at specifically your gameplay and tell you what you need to do. So I care about you. Okay, I don't want anybody's feelings to get hurt. Okay, but if I'm a little bit rude, it's because I just want you to improve. Like, that's all that I want to see. So, that being said, let's get started. Okay, so I know that this is the comp we roll out on, right? This comp. Okay, so the problems with this comp is the very little healing, right? You got the Zen Mercy. Okay, Zen Mercy's fine right now for a few reasons, right? Because Ball and Sigma can survive very, very easily by themselves. They don't need much healing. But these tanks do need healing. Okay, Ryan and Diva not so much. Diva can definitely survive by herself, but Ryan, for sure, Ryan needs a lot of healing. He needs healing pumped into him. He's the Brawl character, right? He wants to just go in and brawl with the Reaper, right? So the problem with this comp we have going right now is that the Reaper and the Ryan work together, and then like kind of the Junkrat-ish maybe, and then the Diva, the Mercy, and the Zen work together, and then the Junkrat's kind of works with this team, but definitely doesn't brawl. So the problem is with this comp is that we have 2 different types of comps, okay? But you can solve part of that issue. Okay, you can come join the dive comp. Okay, so with such little healing, I'd probably want to see you on a Tracer or a Soldier or a Sombra or something like that. But because we have a Diva, you don't really need to worry about Pharahs and Echoes. But of course, this is Bronze, so you usually just want to put everything in your hands and everything that you can do. So for this specific game, I'd want you to play Soldier, because you get very little healing as well as you have the anti-air threat, right? But we are playing Reaper, so let's see how that goes.
Attack. Ready for 5, 4, 3.
You have to go into each game thinking, okay, how do I fit myself into this team comp? That kind of stuff, and how do I play inside this team comp? Jake, the Houston Outlaws player, recently did a lot of streams. They're posted onto his YouTube about like a unranked to GM sort of thing. And he explains it very, very, very well when you're supposed to play certain DPS and how you're supposed to play certain DPS.
2, 1.
Really, really good stuff.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
First of all, this positioning is awful. Absolutely horrendous. You know what's going to happen here? If this team's good, okay, if this team is any good at all with the Ryan Czar, if they had a Lucio instead of the Zen, all that would happen is that they force your Wraith, force you to point, and then they kill you. That's all that's going to happen here. This positioning is garbage. Yeah, you might get like a cheeky kill or two, like, ooh, gotcha, haha, and then you just Wraith away, but it's not worth it, not even a little bit. What you want to be doing right now is you want to be protecting your Ryan from their Ryan, okay, or protecting him from a dive, right, from maybe Ball or Monkey that might come in. You need to be on the high ground protecting, because also your Zen's up there too. So you're protecting your Zen and your Ryan, and your Junkrat from death is your #1 job. You don't need to be here. This is pointless. It's garbage positioning. Okay, I want you to see what So you might think, oh my gosh, you know, I was just getting poke damage, my Ryan's feeding, oh no. Let's look at what your team saw. Okay. What you did forced your team to do what they did, or at least that's what they thought. Okay, so let's take a look here, alright? There's a reason your Mercy's whipping out the Glock instead of damage boosting, but no, it is what it is. Okay, I don't know what your Ryan is doing, but regardless, your team dropped to help you. The Zen and the D.Va dropped to help you. The Ryan may be, you know, a little bit of a beater, but, you know, it is what it is. If you would have stayed up here the whole time, your team would have been like, oh, okay, maybe we'll stay up here. Okay, you seem confused as to... Sorry, I'm getting some Discord notifications. You seem confused as to what to do. You're like, oh. Like, oh, there's a support to shoot. Oh, there's a tank to shoot. And it just gets more and more confusing. Good. There's no reason for you to go to point here. Okay? As far as point is concerned, the only tick that matters is the last one, okay? You win the fight first. If you are losing the fight, you can give up as many ticks as you need. You know, 2 and 99% of the last one. Look at your positioning here. You killed the Zarya, and you're just out in the middle open of point, and everybody's just staring at you. If you were to be in cover right now and just kind of shooting the Ryan from an off angle, or if you were still in their backline dealing with the Ana, right, they would have to force to chase you, or they'd have to push further into point to push you, right? Now, because you're sitting here on point, all they have to do is look at you, and you're dead, which is exactly what happens. The positioning is awful. You have to make sure that when you are playing DPS and you don't have any tanks, even if you do have tanks, you have to make sure that you're positioning, that you have an escape route, and you have an escape route, and you can also damage the enemy team as they come in. You guys are trying to fight a 4v6 right now. You step in front of your Ryan shield and you're dead. Okay? It doesn't matter the decisions that your team makes. You need to be making the correct decisions. Okay, if your Ryan's feeding his brains out, doesn't matter. If your Zen's feeding his brains out, doesn't matter. If your Mercy's feeding her brains out, doesn't matter. Okay, the only person that matters in these fights is you. Because you are the only constant, right? You could get bad teammates, you could get enemy teammates, you are the only constant. If everybody in this rank is bronze, then you are, you know, gold, or you are silver, you should win every single time. You need to not be here. You need to be back on point. That's the correct decision. Just all of this is wrong. Okay, great, take up the trap. You try to push Orion when you're down 2, and they have all of their players and ultimates. Why? And this is just stalling. I don't care. Doesn't matter. All this stuff, like, you know, I gotta go grind Kovacs, I gotta go, you know, watch all these Overwatch content videos, I gotta, you know, it doesn't matter. Okay. Well, okay, the Overwatch content matters, kind of, but regardless, the Kovacs doesn't matter. Okay, I'm a tank player, and I got to 3.9 on DPS, I got to 3.8 on tank, and I got to 3.8-ish on support. Okay, my aim is awful. I have never touched Kovacs a day in my life. I tried it once, and I was like, this is stupid. Because if you position yourself for success, you can just... It's so much easier to aim, it's so much easier to just get value out of your characters if you just position yourself correctly. All that matters. It's literally all that matters. Again, you need to be making the right decisions. Okay, you are making the right decision right now. This is great. You poke a little bit. Keep poking. What are you doing? What? Where are you going? What the hey? What are you doing? You just left your Rhine out to dry. Where are you going? You have a point by yourself. What the hey? You were in such a good position here. You were brawling with your Rhine. And then you left. How many shots did you shoot here? Let's see. Okay, she shot what? 3 there? 4? You have shotgun bullets, right? Okay. Your damage means nothing from far. You shot this Zen 3 times. Look at his health. He isn't even missing 25 health. He's missing 18. You shot 3 shots at him. Don't even bother. You wasted 3. You wasted 3 shotgun shots. You shot the Ryan twice, and you walked away. What are you doing? Where are you going? Like, your Ryan needs help. All you do here, super easy. Reaper is such an easy character. I'll tell you what to do. Ready? You go right next to your Ryan. He's gonna start brawling. And then you hold left click on their Ryan. Right now. You go push with your Ryan, you just hold left click on their Ryan. That's it. That's it. That's literally it. Easiest character in the game. Well, close. You do nothing. You shoot a total of 1 mag. And you just leave. Why? What are you going to get done here? They have a Zen, an Anna, and a Torb. There's no chance on God's green earth that you're going to be able to brawl anyone else but Ryan and Zarya. There's no chance. Someone just feeds her brains out. If she had a single brain cell, she would have translocated out. And then you get a point. Why? You're down how many people? And you get a point. You're down your Ryan. You're down your Mercy. You have a D.Va over here, Zen way over here. You got a point, and you just get shot and die. Like, I don't get what the planning is here. Like, what the idea is. Like, what, that you maybe get a half of a tick before you die a horrible death? Like, what's the plan? If the plan is to force everybody to point, okay, great, wait for 6 people. Okay, all you're doing here is you're feeding and staggering yourself. That's literally it. You are accomplishing nothing by being here. And in fact, you're accomplishing less than nothing, because you're feeding the enemy ult charge and you're staggering yourself.
Pass into the iris.
We're all
Okay, this is a much better character here. All you do is soldier, and you know, just in general, you find these big flanks and you just are able to kill yourself the entire time. You're just annoying. That's all you do. You need to go up to a high ground and just be annoying. You're finally playing like Reaper, but you're playing Soldier. You're brawling from front to back here. You're trying to find the turret. You know how easy it would be to kill the turret if you went up this way? So much easier. That turret's not even a problem right now. You guys aren't even in the area to where the turret's shooting.
Heroes never die.
I can guarantee you, if you were to walk up those stairs, kill that Torb, kill the turret, and then walk up the stairs and just be behind them, I can guarantee you your team would be able to push point and just win. Because teams don't know what to do about that.
This old dog.
Even on like Masters, I still have teams to this day that have no idea what to do against that.
Group up with me.
Okay, this is fine. Get some shots in.
Damn it. Enemy turret destroyed.
Sombra's awful. Sombra's so bad. Okay, this is an awful position for you to be in. Why? Because they can brawl you. They can just run at you. And you have to run away or die. Okay, the high ground you want is this high ground right here. You walk up the stairs, you get up here, free reign. They have to get up the stairs and go all the way around to get to you. Okay, here they just look at you and run at you. We are in high ground though, so that's good. A good start. First not shooting bullets. You're spending half of the game just running. Like on Reaper, Soldier, it doesn't matter. You're spending half the game just running. Like just shoot your bullets. Like that's this game's an FPS after all.
Damn it.
You literally watched the Sombra TP behind you, and you just didn't do anything about it. You just didn't even care.
Patched up. Enemy turret sighted.
Into the iris.
Just kill the turret. You didn't even get the health back.
Enemy turret sighted. Enemy turret destroyed.
60 seconds remaining.
Much better.
Hey, you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I put in so much work here, how did we lose? Okay, number one, your positioning is awful. Okay, you need to be around this pillar. Alright, just shooting around this pillar. Because if you're out here, literally they can just look at you and shoot you once and you have to back up.
Damn it.
Two, yeah, Sara TP's behind you. Literally, I'm pretty sure she threw her translocator at you.
Enemy turret destroyed.
She literally throws her translocator at you, and you don't even look at her. You let her hack you. Literally, turn around, shoot her in the head a few times, and you kill her because she just used her translocator. Like, that's it.
Patched up.
End of the conversation.
Enemy turret sighted.
Into the iris.
You keep walking back to this health pack. Like, you have your healing station, just wait.
Enemy turret sighted. Enemy turret
You spend so much time walking, you know, and just not paying attention to your surroundings that this is... You should have been able to kill more people.
60 seconds remaining.
much better.
If you would have turned around for that summer, she would have been dead. She didn't have any translocator, dead. That Torb died. Because he was standing still, but also you just shot him. Like, you just used your bullet and shot him. Like, there you go. Like, that's how it's done. If you would have killed that Torb in your summer by yourself, your team would have been able to push. Instead, the summer gets a fatty EMP and everyone dies.
Join me.
After she translocated to you, literally behind you, and you weren't even paying attention. That was a nice healing station cancel, by the way. Good tech. You're ulting from out in the middle of the open. You're ulting from right here. This position. Okay. Let me just show something to you really fast. Okay. Your team's about to push in. Okay. Your team's nowhere near. Not even close. They can't. There's no possible way on God's green earth that they can follow up on this. No way. And then you are out in the middle of the open. This person is staring at you. This person's staring at you. This person can stare at you, and this person can look at you, and this person is under the bridge. Okay. They can all just look at you and shoot you once and you're dead. What's the plan with this ultimate? If you were to literally just walk behind this pillar in cover, you'd be fine. But no, we walk out in the middle of the open like a Goomba, and we die. Doesn't make any sense. We'll just get shot by Zen twice. Like, we can't make those kinds of things.
I don't quit till the fight's done.
Okay, your team finally pushed in without your help. This demon got a fat bomb. Not time.
Is about to run out.
Overtime. Objective A captured. New defense point. Objective B.
Go somewhere. Do something. You spent so much time just sitting.
Heroes never die.
Just leave him. Why are you chasing this guy? Why? Why are you chasing this guy? Oh my gosh. Two of you chased Orion. He's literally in your spawn. What's he gonna do? What is he gonna do back there?
Gaze into the
What? Get a mega, come back half health behind our entire team? That we can just look at him and shoot him? Like, we give up all our positioning, all of our power. Because look, he's back up. And he's walking out of spawn right now. All that time running back gave him time to spawn and come back. The pick was pointless. You might be thinking to yourself, "Oh, I just need to aim better and kill that Ana." Well, maybe, but you also forced resources, right? You were getting her attention, right? Even if you didn't kill her, you're still making an impact because you're hitting her at the very least, right? And that's not the big part of that fight was just we chased Orion, like back into our spawn, and then we walked back to point, and he was already back. Okay, this is how 2 CP works. You go in a 6, you win a team fight decisively, and you have to clear point after that. You have to win 2 fights. It's good we're regrouping, that's always good. Shield, it's fine. One on flank here is fine. I like the movement.
That's better.
Like what is your position there? What's the plan? You're literally running it down mid. You're not a tank. You're a DPS. You can't take this tank down. Because this happens. Your positioning is just awful. All these little things I'm seeing in the comments of all these Reddit clips of you. I'm seeing these little things like, oh, make sure you're, dodging this ability this way. Make sure, this character interaction happens. Make sure that you are, you're bobbing and weaving when you're dodging, that kind of stuff. That doesn't matter. None of that matters. None of that matters.
I've got you in my sights.
Complete. 2 to 2. Initiating ready for battle.
Why are we on Reaper again? No. And continuing my earlier rant, none of that matters. Like the little I saw a comment. It was like, I don't remember. Like when you're against Junkrat, like juke left and right farther. That doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't get that. All that matters is that you're positioning yourself correctly. You're doing your job. You know what your job is. And you're doing what you need to do. That small stuff, oh, this character can interact with this character in this way. Oh, if I wraith at this exact moment with this character, none of that matters. I don't care. I do not care. That doesn't matter. Like, literally at all. You could throw all of that out the window. If somebody came into this game, knew nothing about any of that, but they were a Counter-Strike player that knew how to position themselves and to shoot people, they would get to almost diamond, guaranteed. No questions asked. Because they know how to position themselves. They know how to shoot. But granted, I don't know how to shoot, but I got up there. How? I know where to position myself. I know I'm a tank player, right? I play, when I got up to Masters for the first time, I played Zarya and I played Hog. I knew what my job was. On Hog, I find an off angle, I kill somebody, I get an early pick, then we can push off of that after that. I'm tanky, I can push space if I need to, but not necessarily, right? Zarya, I bubble people that get in trouble, I get high charge, I beam the enemy team, done. Okay? That's it! I don't need to learn any of this stuff about, oh, I need to, move this way when this certain ability happens because, or a Junkrat's shooting me, or I need to go a little bit more to the left. I don't care. That doesn't matter. like literally, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is just these basic things. Where do I position myself? What is my job? How do I win each of these team fights? How do I not die? That's it. You keep yourself alive, you position yourself well, and that's it. That's it. It's so easy. It's unbelievable. That was perfect. Great. Okay, push on. Number one, you're not with your Rhine, so TP to your Rhine to play with him. Being shot by a turret. His team's okay. Go get that health back. But look what's happening without you. Look at this. You're flanking, I mean, great, you get a kill, Pog. But look what's happening without you. They're brawling. Reaper is a brawl character. If you were right here, if you were behind your D.Va right now, or behind your Rhine, this Rhine would be dead. Every day of the week. You shoot him.
Time to read my APM.
Your team now has no pushing power.
30 seconds remaining.
There's an entire fight happening without you. Like, this whole fight, it's a 4v4 fight. Because you're not there. You're doing nothing. What are you doing to contribute to this fight? The answer is nothing. This entire fight, by the time you finally get back, by the time that you have rotated from here for some reason to here, a turret was looking at you, so you backed up. You went all the way back. You were at less than half health. You TP'd from here to here, finally using cover, by the way. Up to here, grabbed a pack, finally down here, your whole team's dead. You missed an entire team fight just by walking around. An entire team fight. Now you're just dead.
Helden sterben nicht.
Like maybe some people say, oh, you picked the Kree, oh, it's just unlucky. You know, you traded one for nothing. Oh, that's great. No, it's not. I don't care. Great, we got one pick. That doesn't matter. We lost. You weren't in the right positions. You weren't in the right position. You didn't know what your job was, and you lost. Oh shit, okay. Sure. But look at our team comp, it's the same. Who's gonna give you healing? Who's gonna give you a shield? Valiant attempt for that jump, right? You gotta get up and walk away. You don't have a shield. This ult's okay. You still know what to do then. What was that? Huh? Number one, you only have no idea what to do with that. Why do you know nothing? Why do you not know what to do with it? Oh, because it was a bad time. It's not a good time to ult here. You don't need to. And then you jump out, zero cover, into two characters that just shoot you and you die. Zero cover. You have no shield. You have no healing. Your team is being pushed by a nanoed Rhine, and you decide to just plop yourself down and shoot people that are mid. Your job is that Rhine. That Rhine, there's no world, there's no universe where that Rhine can get away with that if you're doing your job. Because you literally just have to shoot him.
I'm taking care.
Into the iris.
Now you're, well, now you're dead, because they're friends.
Heroes never die.
Sick tiger.
Next. This is going to hurt.
We're all soldiers
good. Get back to point fast. Mercy's popping off. Mercy just... That Junkrat Mercy saved that fight. Are you lagging? Do you have, like, hardware issues? Because that can be a contributing factor to a lot of things. What are you doing? Even if you had the worst hardware ever, even if you're running on 20 FPS and like 90 ping, this would never be okay to do, ever. You see the ball, you're shooting the ball. That's fine. And then what is this? What the hey? That high ground is fine. And then you just drop down in front of 4 people. What are you doing? You lose all of your positioning. Your team is all set up on point. What are you doing? What are you doing? That doesn't make any sense to me. Baffled. Doesn't make any sense. Why? Even if that was an accident, this is still garbage positioning up here. Right here. This is awful. They can still 1, 2, 3, 4 and Junkrat jumped over you. 5 people that are shooting at you at the same time, even if you didn't drop here. But you drop so you have no, you can't even run back. You just die. Sitting up here is fine. Don't get me wrong. Sitting up here is fine. But you have to clear out your angles first. You have to say, okay, where are they? Okay, there's a Kree right here, so I'm gonna hide behind this pillar, shoot the Kree, get him out. And when he's either dead or gone, okay, next angle. I'm gonna peek mid. Okay, there's nobody mid. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit further. Okay, McCree's back. Okay, we're gonna shoot McCree again. Okay, McCree's dead. Alright, now I'm gonna peek a little bit further. Anna's here, so I'm gonna shoot the Anna, okay? What you did, you ran forward and peeked all 4 angles at the same time. And that's how you die. Positioning. That was awful positioning. Your aim doesn't matter. These interactions between the characters doesn't matter. Your positioning is bad. Okay. If you want to be not stuck in bronze trade seasons, position yourself correctly. How to position yourself correctly, we'll go over that. I will teach you how to use it correctly. Now your team is down 1. And good heavens, they try their best to win without you. But they're down in DPS this whole time. Anyways.
Victory.
Okay. Here's how you position yourself, okay? Find high ground. Find high ground. Okay. Oh. Talk about falling off of high grounds. Okay, so you find a high ground back here. You see this? This is cover. Okay? They can't, if these were enemies, right? They couldn't shoot me from over here because they can't see me. Right? The only people that can see me are these 2. Okay? And the high ground can even stop me. I can move and make them not see me if I don't want them, right? So if one of them got me low, right? I just peek back, heal a little bit, and then I can peek it back. Okay, what you're doing is you're jumping out here and there's 4 angles right out there looking at you. No. 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 That's not how you play it again. Okay, 1 at a time. 1 at a time. Peek this angle. Done. Okay, next angle. Peek this angle. Done. Okay, next angle. Peek this angle. Done. Okay. Next angle. Done. Okay, notice how I'm not... Oh, here I am! I'm gonna... Oh my gosh, you know... No. No. One at a time. One at a time. This angle, done. This angle, whoops, done. That's it. So easy. You know, oh my gosh, you know, I'm shooting a shield. You know, oh, what's my team doing? My team's doing nothing. No. No. No, 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 no. You find a high ground. You find the angle. Shoot. Done. Next one. Shoot. Done. Next one. Shoot. Done. Okay? It's actually just that simple, right? Like, you're not playing to your character's strengths. You're not playing to any strength at all, actually. You're either autopiloting or you've been taught so poorly by other people that it's almost beyond repair at this point.
I don't play.
So let's do one more, and learning those lessons that we've learned. Let's jump into the next VOD. I have another one here. And again, I'm trying to make you improve. I know I'm mean. I know, but it's to help you. I'm trying to make you understand that this is not, that this could be, you know, that each fight of these is your fault.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
It doesn't matter what your team's doing. I don't care. I don't care what your team's doing. Ryan's feeding, you know, charging into the enemy team. Your hit scan player can't hit any shots. I don't care. None of that matters. None of that matters. The only thing that matters in each game is you.
Ready for battle.
What the hell? Why are we? Why? We had such good position. We already dropped out. It's not even start yet. You, obviously, I can tell, you are watching these videos, how to move, how to, you know, because you're aiming, you know, you rocket to people's feet, that's awesome. You're, you know, dodging and AD strafing when you're shooting, that's great. But those things don't matter. Your positioning is garbage. That up the stairs was perfect. Look at your position. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You're in front of your Zarya. You're in front of your Brig. 1, 2, 3, 4 people can literally look at you right now once. They could each individually sneeze on you and you're dead. Like, that's it, man. That's it. You have to play like you are a backline character. You're playing like a frontline character. You're playing like you're a tank. And I think I remember reading that you swapped from being a tank player to being a DP.
New defense point.
That's fine. That's great and all. Okay, but you can't play like a tank. You are saved by the grace of God here. That Junkrat booped you to not get hooked. And then you finally move yourself up to a decent position, but it's too late. This positioning isn't even that great. You can't even see anything on point. This position that you were at initially is perfect. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Okay. Okay, you can see point. You can see them rotating all the way here. And then when you get to point, you can see almost all of point. Almost all of it. You sit here and you just shoot people. You shoot them through this window. You can see them over here. It's such a perfect position. What do? When you're sitting up here? Nothing. They try to push you on these stairs. You run away. And they've wasted their time. There's nothing they can do to, unless you get hooked by some miracle when you're sitting on high ground like this, okay? But instead, you are either on point frontlining, or you're over here in Timbuktu where you can't even see anyone. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you just remembered, oh, I should go to a high ground. And then you went to a different, wrong high ground. High grounds like that are good for, like, widows, right? That find that perfect angle, take the one shot, one kill, right? Not perfect for soldier. Soldier needs to be spamming hard all the time. Bullets all the time. You're missing an entire fight right now.
Heroes never die.
Now, granted, we're gonna lose this fight. But, you know, you should be at least getting some poke damage in, right? The second they beat, now you can run. I don't know what Uriah is doing. He's putting in a valiant effort. Yeah, just run. Just run. Your team's not doing the right thing, but you are. You need to be running. Kind of looked a little winnable for a second, so you know you should stay around a little bit to shoot. You know, that's what I mean by missing a fight, right? But the second that they, like, beat... no, it's over. Bye. Just leave.
Enemy contact.
Great, you got outbeat. Done. Great. Good kill. If you drop those high grounds, so help me. Why? Why? Why?
My ultimate is
Another thing you're
almost ready.
doing. Look at this. You're like strafing back and forth and like going back and forth. Who's gonna kill you? Who's gonna shoot you at all? No one. Number one, they're focusing point. Number two, they don't even have any like hit scan threats. You can literally stand still and shoot people. Because what are they gonna do? You're 80 strafing back and forth. Great, you're checking your corners. This is good in case like the hog was right here or whatever. But if you had situational awareness, you'd know he was down there because you can hear him. You can hear his fat footsteps. I don't know if that was an accident or not, but if it wasn't, I'm upset, to say the least. That high ground right there, one of the best high grounds in the game for a soldier. If they push point, they're dead. They just walk into a shooting gallery for you.
My ultimate is almost ready.
What are you doing? Yeah, great, your movement's like... Right, your AD strafing correctly. Why were you there in the first place? That's my question. Why would you even need to dodge that? You set yourself up on this or this high ground right here. Or on the other one. Okay? And you sit. You wait for them to come to you, and you shoot them. That's it. If they're going to come top like this, you go to the other high ground, because you can shoot them as they're rotating.
Feeling spry.
Like your Reaper's doing, but not well.
That should be better.
problem I'm seeing is that you just aren't shooting your gun. And you're reloading so much. Like, you have 30 rounds in your mag, and you're shooting like 10 of them, and then you reload. And then you shoot another 4, and then you'll reload. Like, just shoot your gun at the enemy team, and then reload. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? What on earth are you gonna get done here? They have 2 supports. They have 2 tanks. Okay, they can take any damage that you deal. You're not a burst character. You're not a widow. Okay, you can't peek an angle, get one shot off, and kill somebody. No. What are you doing here? Why? You run at a hog. You see the hog. Instead of hightailing it out because he has hook and can kill you, you continue to shoot him while walking backwards. And then you get stuck on a pillar. And what are you doing out there?
I'm not a young man.
You want to know why you guys lost this fight? You were down a DPS the entire fight. It was a 5v6, that's why you lost this.
Round 1 complete. Round 1.
Damage boost.
Good choice.
Defend objective A.
This is a good beginning high ground to start on. Okay, good. Clearing out. This is good. This is good. Okay, now that they've left, you need to push. You don't deal any damage from here. There you go. Perfect. Great. Going up to high ground. Awesome. This is what I like to see. Just start shooting. No. No. Just start shooting. Great. Keep shooting. No, 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 no. You were in such a good position and you just dropped and died. Like, if you're going to drop there at all, you jump and you run this way. You don't run onto point. Why are you running onto point? You're not a tank. Stop running onto point. You are not a tank. Stop running onto point. You are not a tank. Unless you are literally Tracer. Or maybe Sombra. Don't run onto point, ever. That is not your job in any universe. The cart on payload maps, not your job at all. Even a little bit.
My ultimate is ready.
Reaper, Soldier, Widow, Ashe, doesn't matter. Not your job.
I've got you in my sights. Good choice.
Heroes never die. Fire at will. Basta Victor.
teabag.
Fire.
Objective A captured. New defense point. Objective B.
Why are you up here by yourself? You have no tanks here. Now you have a tank here. Where are you going?
That melody.
This is a worse position. Took you an hour to get here.
Experience. I've tried you my sights. Feeling spry.
You're playing so close to point. Literally playing in their spawn. Or what? You wanna know why you lost this fight? You wanna know why? Oh my gosh, 2 CP sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's garbage. Oh, it's the worst one ever. You wanna know why you lost this? One, you're peeking at a hog who should have killed you.
Anyone need some cold refreshment?
Number 2, I don't know if that was a mistake or not. But this entire time that the Bastion's dead, you're just running. And running. You're not doing anything. You're contributing nothing to the fight. And by the time that we actually start doing something, Bastion has ultimate in his back already.
Experience. I've tried you my sights.
Even if that was a mistake, you dropping there, just rotate to bridge and shoot there. Okay, we don't need to rotate all the way around Tin Buck 2.
Feeling spry.
You're moving so much, it's so hard for you to aim. It's so hard for you to aim because you're just moving all the time. If you were just like sitting on this angle right here, number 1, there's no chance that anyone would come to kill you. No chance. They don't have a tracer. They don't have another hit scan. There's no chance aside from maybe a Lucio that will come and chase you. And you could literally stand still and shoot people on point. Oh no, you should be standing still. Well, you're right. You should be standing still all the time when you're shooting people. Well, situations like this, where your team is on point, the point is the main thing happening. You can literally sit on a high ground, sit on an off angle, and shoot standing still. It's just so hard for you to aim because you're just strafing all the time. Which, don't get me wrong, is good. Please keep strafing while you're in like hectic fights. Like, that's good. That is a good thing to do. But situations like this, where they're sitting on point, just stop strafing and just shoot. And you die because of your garbage positioning. They look at you once and they're like, oh, there's a soldier there, I'm just gonna go kill him. If you're on that higher ground there, it's, oh shoot, there's a soldier up there, somebody needs to walk all the way around and deal with him. And not just turn to the right and shoot him once.
The war go understood.
I will protect the innocent.
What the heck? I mean, I guess. Fair is garbage on the second point though. Absolutely horrendous. I guess it works though. See some fair gameplay here. First of all, why are we going the same way that our team's going? Okay, cool, press Q and 1. Okay, small note, when you're playing Fair Mercy in any comp ever, you are your own entity. You go find an off angle and you shoot from it. You don't go the main way the team is ever. That's just throwing. Do I get to see some Widow gameplay? Ah, okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Let's see what you do.
End objective A. 60 seconds remaining.
Good switch.
I will protect
Good
the
switch.
innocent.
Good switch. Make sure you let your team know so you can get a mercy pocket.
30 seconds remaining.
Although, no, Widow does very well here. You just need to find a more aggressive position.
10 seconds remaining.
Back online.
Round
If you would have just stayed on... Okay, number one, that was awful. But if you would have just stayed on Widow, you probably would have been fine. Just need to find a better angle. After this, I'm going to go over angles and how to use them as well. You're literally on point as a Pharah. Literally touching point as a 30 health Pharah.
Back online.
Round 3 complete.
Alright. I've seen what I need to see. Here's what we're gonna do, okay?
Victory.
Okay. Alright. So number one. Okay. Your positioning. That is the number one thing, and it's not even close. Your positioning was horrendous. So many times. Okay. You need to be on a high ground or on an off angle. Let me tell you. Okay, let me illustrate my point here. Okay. Where did I... Just look here. Okay. So, let me illustrate my point here. Okay. So, before even this happens. Okay. So the other team's gonna be pushing this way, right? They have to. They have to push through this door. Go this way. Go this way. Doesn't matter, right? Our team is trying to stop them, right? They're gonna go this way. Okay. So they're gonna meet right over here. Okay, right? It's called choke point. Many of them in the game. Choke points are bad. Well, choke points happen, but for the attacking team, they're usually bad, right? Okay. So you, as an off-angle character, okay, why is Soldier an off-angle character, you might ask? Because he has self-sustain. He has high damage and self-sustain. Okay. So really good off-angle characters include stuff like Soldier, anything with a Mercy Pocket, so an Ashe, Pharah, even like a Hanzo, right? Sigma's a fantastic off-angle character. He has extraordinarily high damage. He is a massive threat, has to be dealt with, but he also has extraordinarily high survivability, right? Hog, great off-angler, high damage, great survivability, Not great mobility though, which is a reason why he isn't a fantastic off angler, because he doesn't have high survivability and he doesn't have high mobility either. Soldier has low survivability but high mobility, which makes him able to off angle pretty easily. You can run away from where you're sitting right now. So right, if you're here and you can push, you just walk away, right? Run away, I guess. If, you know, Tracer, great alpha angler, right? Or, well, she's more of a flanker, right? You know, go behind, you flank, but same thing. High survivability, high mobility, high damage too. Okay. So you as a character need to be on this off angle. Okay, why? Why are off angles important? Why is high ground important? Well, let's talk about it. Okay. So as they're pushing in, let's see if I can get. Okay, well, it's kind of a scuffed fight, but regardless. So as they're pushing in, right? Okay, you're sitting here on this off angle because everybody's gonna be looking this way. Okay, everybody is forced to look this way because that's where point is, right? And that's where our team is. If you're sitting up here, right, you create an off angle, okay? Because this is the main angle, this is the off angle. Okay, right now you're part of the main angle. If they look forward, they can see you. Right? You're part of the main angle. We want to be an off angle. We want to be an area that they have to look at that isn't main. Okay? So, take the current meta comp, for example, right? It's Balsig, Echo, Mercy, and Tracer, right? So, the Sigma, okay, creates his off angle, okay? The Echo and the Mercy are on high ground somewhere, like up here, you know, shooting down, creating their own off angle. Okay, Ball is, you know, swinging through, creating a distraction. Tracer's creating her own flank angle, off angle. Okay, and the Zen is up here with the Sigma, right? So you're being shot from 3 different angles, and a ball is rolling through and just dealing massive damage. Okay, this is how off angles work. Okay, you surround them with a bunch of damage, and there's nothing they can do about it. A Soldier creates part of that off angle, okay? So when the main angle is sitting here looking mid, you can look on an off angle, and as they're walking in, they look at the main angle, and they go, oh my gosh, we're being shot from up here, somebody needs to deal with that. And it splits attention, okay? So instead of everyone looking at this angle, using every resource going this way, all the way to point, right? Somebody has to deal with you eventually. Otherwise, they're all gonna die, right? That's the power of off angling, because you create a threat for the enemy team to deal with, creating space. Okay. Why is high ground important, you might ask? Okay, well, let's talk about that. High ground, you can shoot over shields, which is very, very important. There's a Ryan shield here. If you're a higher elevation. If you are a higher elevation than the Reinhardt, you can shoot over his shield. Right. So that's number 1. Number 2, you can back up and get out of harm's way for free. Okay? So for example, right? If you're out here, you back up, the same people can see you. Whoops. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, this. Okay, so the same people can see you, right? If you go from here to here, everybody can see you still. If you're in high ground, and you go from here to here, so let's say you're on high ground shooting up here, right? You back up. Now no one can see you. See that? So it acts as extra cover. And a really good escape mechanism. Really, really good escape mechanism. Because it allows the high ground to just... You just can't see anybody anywhere. Easy peasy. So look at this fight, for example, okay? Everybody is right here, and everybody is focusing point, okay? If you were all the way up here, just shooting at them, and these people are shooting at them, that would create an off angle, right? It would create a situation where they have to deal with you or deal with point. It turns it into a decision, right? And in this sort of rank, that decision is gonna be bad. it's going to be not coordinated. And pretty much every rank, barring Master, Grandmaster, it's going to be like that. Even in Masters, some of my games, people just have no idea how to do with off angles. So if you just sit up here and shoot, and then when the hog, looks for a hook on you, just back up, and then you come back, they have to deal with you eventually. And then your team, while you're dealing, while their attention is on you, while the enemy team's attention is on you, this team, your team, can push into them for free, right? Because their backs are turned and their attention is elsewhere. Okay? So that's how I want you to be positioned. I want you to be positioned on these off angles, high ground, just shooting. Okay? That's another big problem. Let's go to that. I like to get a black screen.
Victory.
Okay, number 2. Just shoot your gun. Please. Like, for the love of all that's holy, please just shoot your gun. Like, there were so many times where you're just, like, walking around aimlessly, doing who knows what. Just lost. Just shoot your gun. Shoot your gun at people. Like, shields, people, turrets, I don't care. Just shoot your gun. Like, it creates damage for your team. It forces resources from the enemy team if you're shooting, and you don't lose any ammo because you have infinite ammo. You don't lose any. Yeah, right? You don't need to go pick some up from the store. Okay, you just have ammo. And let's see. Do I have anything else to talk about? I don't think I do. I think that's literally it. And then 3, just stop stop reading Reddit, okay? All Reddit is, it's just plats trying to be, trying to be coaches. That's all it is. Okay? Stop going to Reddit. And I mean, you can go on Reddit, obviously. I can't control your life choices. But stop listening to people on Reddit that tell you about Overwatch. Stop that. They're just bad. Bad players trying to seem like they're good. Last one. Well, I guess that's part of 3. But whatever advice they gave you, just huck and throw it out the window. Okay? Here's you. Okay? You're just gonna throw your advice in the trash. Okay? All that stuff, like, when you're running and you need to strafe this way, strafe that way, when you're, this ability cancels this ability, and, when you're on Reaper, you need to be, wraithing this and TPing this way, and get that out. Just flush that down the toilet of your brain, okay? Just throw that stuff out. That does not matter. Does not matter. Your positioning right now and just shooting your gun. And I don't care if you hit the enemy team when you're shooting. Just shoot. Shoot your gun. There are so many situations where you're just like sitting there staring at a wall. Like, why? Just shoot your gun. Like, literally. Okay? Literally. If you can position yourself the way I told you to position yourself, on high ground, on an off angle, protected though, right? You gotta make sure you're safe, right? You gotta make sure that you're not in danger. You gotta, keep yourself healthy, keep yourself, away from harm's way. If you can position yourself like that, and in combination, shoot your gun, you will gain, I can guarantee you at least get silver. Guaranteed. Absolutely. Okay? Now, you might be saying, well, if I have questions, who do I come to for questions if not Reddit? Ask me. Okay? I'm going to DM this to you on Reddit. Please, just ask me. Okay? Give me VODs to review. I will do it. Alright? I hate seeing people in such low ranks for so long. I also know this is a long video, but I'm glad that you made it to the end here. Just, I care about you. I want you to be, I know you hate Overwatch, but it's a good game. It's a fun game. It racks your brain. It you know, the stressful games that are always really fun are just amazing, right? It's a good game, but everything that you've learned up until this point, just forget about it. Just forget about it. That stuff doesn't matter. All that matters is what I told you in this video. That's all that matters. That sounds conceited. That sounds like, I don't know. It sounds conceited. It sounds like I, you know, just trying to boost myself up, you know, above others. I'm not. Okay, they just suck. Okay, I saw a guy commenting on your Reddit post and he was silver. You can't be listening to silver players about this stuff. They're just wrong. Plats have no idea what they're talking about. They're just wrong. Anyway, I hope this video helps. Okay, have questions, get me at any point. I'll get it back. You know, I'll get to you when I can. But please, position yourself correctly and shoot your gun. That's it. That's literally it. I can guarantee you will climb out of rank if you literally just do those two things.